Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to this week's episode of Adventures and Mousecapades.
This week, we are talking about having to get up at 6:30 on a Saturday morning to book the Disney Vacation Club Member Cruise 2027, which was supposed to start at 7 a.m. West Coast time and didn't actually get going until 9 a.m. because Disney has, once again, high technology aspirations that didn't necessarily pan out.
And Nathan finally got a hold of somebody, and she had said that they'd been just kind of waiting for people to call in.
She's like, it's okay. I had my coffee and my bagel, and we were all just sitting here twiddling our thumbs.
Yep.
So, yeah, but we did score. We didn't quite get the room we wanted,
But we got a room.
Yep. We were be on the boat. Shout out to Brian and Sam from DCL Duo. We had a little back channel conversation going on chat and helping each other pass the time and giving moral support as everybody was frustrated that the phone system wasn't working. But we all made it. We're all going to be on the cruise together. Very, very much looking forward to that. That'll be April of next year. Should have some exceptionally special content.
Yep.
And that boat is quickly selling out this morning.
Yeah.
Tried to change our room and call back in and had lots of troubles. And by the time we got into even just letting the system get me back into the queue, the room category that we were going after originally, but we're told that was waitlisted, and then we're told that it was like we had to go with something else. And anyhow, I'm rambling on. We didn't get the room. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine here. Moving on. Let's talk about a cruise that we have been on.
Yes. We did very recently, came back from a 5-night Western Caribbean cruise from Galveston with a Marvel Day at Sea.
Indeed. We've been home for a week as of the recording of this.
And this was on the Disney Magic again, which we hit in November.
Yeah. So we were on the Magic. It was a 5-night Marvel Day at Sea cruise out of Galveston with stops at Cozumel and Progreso there on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. And it was a fantastic cruise. There was 2 days at sea, the very first day out and the very last day out. And it was really, it was a great cruise. We were in concierge. We had a 1-bedroom. It was glorious.
It was very nice.
Having all that extra space. The folks in the concierge lounge are fantastic as always. Massive shout out to Diogo and Mariella and I think Leslie.
And just the whole crew out there.
Yeah, Carlos was back, still in the lounge from one of the concierge servers there. It was just a great crew. We had a blast, an absolute blast.
I really liked having a sea day the very first day and the last day.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. Having a sea day on the very last day is really, really cool. You can just kind of take it easy. And
Yep. Slowly pack.
Yeah.
It's also nice being a concierge because the time to get your bags out of your room is midnight instead of 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Which it may not sound like a big difference, but when you want to be out and about and doing stuff on the ship, that does make a difference.
It does make a difference. Yep.
And so let's see. Let's go through this one kind of chronologically.
Like day by day?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
We're not going to drain the swamp on every single thing. We're not going to read the PowerPoint slides as it will. But the very first, day at sea was our Marvel Day at Sea. So I think we're going to spend a really solid amount of time there. I think let's talk a little bit about Progreso, a little bit about Cozumel, and we'll see where the conversation takes us.
Okay, that works. So we got on the ship. We arrived around 11:20, got on board around 11:50, and they did the we got to enter in the right place this time.
Yes. The last time we got on the Magic out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, we were on a gangway into the elevator lobby on deck 1 because San Juan's gangway has basically the big one that you would normally walk onto into deck 3 of the ship. The one in San Juan, let's just be gentle and say it needs to be replaced.
It is going to be replaced. It just has not been replaced yet.
Correct. Well, there are signs on it that says it's going to be replaced.
Yes.
That's supposedly going to be done this year.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Long story long. We got into the Magic on deck 3, into the atrium lobby area. It was very nice.
But it was different.
Yeah.
It was backwards. We actually got on the wrong side of the ship.
Yep.
Well, not the quote unquote. I mean, you're usually coming on to the ship on the side where the Port Adventures desk is. There's coming
only
on
one way to get onto the ship.
No. We came on, yes, 100%. Because I remember turning to you and going like,
right.
"Oh, this is why this feels weird," because we are on we embarked from the port side of the ship, the port side of the ship, not the starboard side.
That's
of the
right.
ship.
We were on the wrong side. We were on the yeah.
It just felt so weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was backwards. Anyway,
it all worked out.
Yeah, we got on board, and because we were concierge, we have a concierge lunch. Mm-hmm. So we stopped off at Lumiere's for our lunch, which I was pretty hungry by that time.
Yeah.
And
we had
lunch.
We had Disney transportation to the port from the airport hotel in Houston, and that ran a little late. Boarding and everything had already started.
Yeah.
So we were not the first folks on, even though we were in concierge. So I think the tip that I would give folks is if you're sailing out of Galveston and you really want to be, in your concierge, or you're concerned about like your boarding time, I would recommend staying someplace local in Galveston rather than staying in Houston, because it's about a 90-minute bus ride, and that's subject to there being a wreck on the highway or something like that.
If you're in concierge. Otherwise, you do need to have a check-in time, and you do need to go by the time that you are given in the check-in app.
Fair. That's fair.
So we sat down for Lumiere's, had lunch, and for some reason, I don't know why, I asked Sterling if he would do a bread review.
This became a thing. Yeah. Sterling really enjoyed doing the review, so we did one every meal. There is a bread review.
Just a bread review. That's it. Mm-hmm. Not appetizers or entree or dessert. Nope. Just the bread. Mm-hmm.
So if you go on to our Mousecapades on Instagram, there are various stories and reels and things like that.
Oh, I have it all highlighted. It's a specific highlight under food reviews. Have at it, folks.
They're very good. And there were a couple meals that Sterling wasn't at, whether he was just missing in action or we were in Palo.
Yeah.
And so I did fill in on a couple just to keep the pattern going. And that was actually a lot of fun. I have to admit that. We'll have to make that a thing.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our lunch is very good. The beef empanadas at this lunch, yes, top notch. Loved them.
That is such a great addition to the DCL menu. That is a fairly recent addition too.
I think so. I don't know. It's been a while.
It has.
Since we've been on concierge before these 2 trips.
Yes. I was like, no, it hasn't. It's been like 3 months.
Before these 2 trips, yeah. So we had lunch, and then while we were at lunch, the spa folks came around.
And missed us.
Yeah. We wanted to get pedicures because we didn't get any before we left.
Yes. I need my toes painted.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll do this again on the ship.
It was off. I would say the spa in general, this cruise wasn't as amazing of an experience as we've had in the past. Mm-hmm. And we were on the Magic in November and had exemplary service from everybody, whether it was having a massage or facials or, mani-pedis and stuff like that. Like in November, everything was great. This time around,
it just wasn't up to par with what we've had in the past.
Yeah. Which is interesting. So I don't know that I'm willing to completely throw away doing spa appointments on the ship, but I'm with you. I think it would be easier and for sure a lot cheaper if we got our nails done, if you will, before we get on the ship.
Yeah. It just didn't work out timing wise. It was odd when we left, middle of the week type stuff. Anyway, we had our muster drill, as you do on every cruise, and ours was in the theater. At least I really wish Disney would do what a lot of other cruise lines are doing and just make this virtual. Like, you have to watch a video on your phone and check that you've watched it, and then just go to the muster station, check in. And you have to be like, everybody has to go there in person. You just don't have to stick around for this long thing.
Physically check in, prove that you know where you need to go, and then let us be on with our day.
I wonder why. There has to be a specific reason on why they do this, because they've done the virtual in the past and they went back to this. I don't know what it is. I would be very interested in hearing what their specific reasoning is for
I don't
doing
think
this.
they like having to staff it
with
a couple people for the afternoon.
Just trying to get everything else ready.
Yeah.
Instead of having everybody take, like a half hour out?
Yeah. And then you have a mad rush at the end of it.
Yeah. To go up to the deck for sail away. We did not do sail away.
No.
We unpacked instead, enjoyed the views. And Tangled was this evening. We have not seen... No, we have seen Tangled.
We saw
Sterling
it in
has
November.
not seen Tangled.
Yes.
There was a couple of hiccups during the show on this one.
Yeah, there were.
The scrim failed to rise at Rapunzel's intro song while she's in the tower, so they stopped the show. And I think it was maybe about a 5-minute wait. It wasn't too bad. And then there was another stop after Flynn Rider Wanted Man because Flynn was not there.
No, he didn't make it around. I guess he got stopped for an autograph somewhere backstage or something like that. That was like a 10-minute break. So maybe Flynn's, I don't know, maybe he
had a wardrobe malfunction. Who knows?
Oh my.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Cast was amazing.
Yes.
Great singing all around, and Mother Gothel was amazing.
So good.
And I really wish I had looked a little bit deeper into the Navigator, into the Disney Cruise Line app, because the lady who was Mother Gothel actually had a set a little later on in the cruise where she was singing.
She was a visiting artist.
I think so.
Got it.
I wish there was a little more, I don't know, something where they would say a little more on that rather than having to dive deep into each individual event on the Navigator
I mean, maybe
app.
like before those shows, like when the cruise director is saying something, just like, hey, we're really happy to have so-and-so here as a special Broadway guest or something like that.
I don't know if it was a special guest or anything though. So anyway, it was great.
Yes.
And we had dinner at Rapunzel's that evening.
Yeah. It was the complete package.
Yes.
Now, it wasn't the party at Rapunzel's.
It was the Let the Magic Begin menu.
Exactly, which was across all of the dining rooms that night. It was the same menu. It was fine. No, kind of major call outs. A good bread review from Sterling.
Yeah.
Yep. We did get, Alicia did make a stop by the merchandise shop that evening and ensure that we got, what's her name? The dog there, the plush.
Oh, is it Evie?
Evie, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I had Ellie in my brain and I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, Evie is the dog towel animal plush that has just come out. So we have one now. And I will say our stateroom host was absolutely amazing. And Evie was often participating along with the evening's towel animals when we got back to our room.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a nightcap at the concierge lounge. Oh, I should also note we saw Soul Duo that evening, which is an act that we really enjoyed.
Yes,
just a duo that sings and plays instruments. And
they're fantastic.
Yes, yeah. We had a nightcap at the concierge lounge, and I ordered a chocolate martini, and the bartender is asking me, "Do you want it in a martini glass?" I'm like, "Sure, but I'll drink it no matter what."
He appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go on to the main event, or at least one of the main events on this cruise, which was our Marvel Day at Sea. For me, that started off with an 8 a.m. massage, and Alicia had a facial. So, really getting into the Marvel hero mood with a spa treatment.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
It was good. It wasn't great. It was
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had some light bites at the concierge lounge. And there's Marvel stuff going on all day.
Yeah.
All day. Tons of stuff. Lots of character meet and greets, a couple of different, I guess, little event type things that's happening. A couple of things they had was the Little Hero Dash, which is also known as, I think it's Jack's Baby Crawl or Jack's Baby Dash.
Jack's Diaper
Dash. Oh my gosh. Jack's Diaper Dash. Yes. If you see this on any of your cruises, go to it. It is very cute. It's a baby race.
Yes.
Crawling only.
Right. If they stand up, they're disqualified.
Yep. It's always a lot of fun.
Yes. We caught the Avengers training initiative up on deck late morning. Think of this as Jedi lightsaber training, but with an Avengers twist. You could train on either Cap's shield or a bow and arrow with
Hawkeye and is it Kate Bishop?
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Thank you for filling in the gap in my brain. This was really cool to see. I think a lot of kids really enjoyed it. It was an opportunity for kids to throw shields and do big Nerf arrows at targets. And thankfully, I didn't see any adults get targeted, which was fantastic.
It was nice. It was really cute.
Yeah.
There's also something called the Warriors of Wakanda. It's the Disciplines of the Dora Milaje. It's a training session with General Okoye of Wakanda, and she trains you the different tenets of the Dora Milaje. And the Dora Milaje are the warriors who protect the Black Panther.
That's cool.
Yeah, they have something extremely similar at Avengers Campus in Disney's California Adventure.
Yes.
It's that type of thing, but on the ship. And for folks that don't ever make it over into Disneyland, this is actually quite nice.
Very true. Like if you're only a Disney World person, you're never seeing a Marvel character in the park.
Yeah.
Because of contracts and licensing and fun stuff.
Yep. There's a lot of different comic academies where you can basically draw some of your favorite Marvel superheroes. I didn't go to any of those, but they did offer a couple different ones during the day. One of the things we did go to was the Star Spangled Musical Review. This was pretty cool.
This was awesome. This was basically a 40s song show in Fathoms, which is kind of like one of the nightlife bars there. It was a male and a female vocalist, and they had 3 dancers, and singing along with some tracks of hits from the 40s. And I thought they did a fantastic job of really getting the audience involved and up and dancing and doing some jive and doing some some slow dancing to some classic hits of the 40s and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. And then we kind of had at the end we'll just say Cap does make an appearance. Yeah. Kind of in the classic, he's not trying to sell war bonds or anything, but he did invite us to, I think he invited us to have a drink.
Yeah, I think he did.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. So it was a lot of fun. I will say it's also worth noting for folks like us who can get triggered by the announcement tones that go off on a Disney ship.
Why can we get triggered by the announcement tones going off on the ship, Nathan?
Okay, well, back in the old times, back in March of 2020, when we were on the Wonder on her Panama Canal crossing, we had all sorts of unscheduled shipwide announcements as various happenings and things were going on in the world of, oh, hey, we can't do this port of call, or, oh, hey, this is canceled, or, oh, hey, Disney is completely closed. And it just felt like multiple times a day there were big breaking news and change events that were happening that the crew and the captain and everybody were doing a fantastic job of keeping us
Yes.
informed of what we needed to do or what we needed to know, but not like to the point where we were just, everybody was freaking out. But that said, every time they came in on the announcement, you heard the, like
chimes.
the beginning of our podcast, a do 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 do, and then an announcement. Now, if you're on a Disney ship, you expect one of those in the 9:30-ish.
9:30 and noon.
Noon, and there's one usually at 4:30, and I think there's sometimes one in the evening. But when they happen at an odd time, you're like, what the heck is going on for that?
Well, we are.
We are, at least. And so there were a couple announcements that were made shipwide that, like the first one we heard was at 1:30, and Alicia and I instantly looked at our watch and we were like, that's the wrong time. Oh no. Yes. And it was paging media guest Peter Parker from the Daily Bugle, please report to check in at the media desk. And we were like, oh, great. This is going to be fun. There was another one that went off. I think this was the 2:00 one. I love this. Was paging Dr. Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange, your cloak of levitation refuses to leave a massage table, and we could really use your help. Please report to the spa.
So they did this every half hour or hour or so throughout the afternoon. There were all different announcements of stuff pertaining to Marvel characters. And then some of the Marvel characters themselves came on. Like Yelena, Black Widow's sister, came on. She gave an announcement. I think Star-Lord gave an announcement. Black Panther gave an announcement. It was pretty cool. I really liked this. This was a great addition. Yes. Oh, and we cannot forget to announce that. Well, not announce. We cannot forget to say that the music in the hallways is all Marvel on this day. So
it was very cool.
You have a very heroic soundtrack following you around the entire day. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. We did take the opportunity to enjoy a couple meet and greets along the way, which was fantastic. This is one of the things being a concierge that was great, because we were sitting in there at the concierge lunch on embarkation, and Diego came by to say hi, and he was on with us in November, so it was a great chance to catch up. And then he said, oh, so are you signed up for all of the Marvel Day at Sea things? And we said, wait, what? Because we had done no research. We went into this one fairly cold.
Yeah, we had our excursions booked. I did not realize that we had to do something specific for Marvel Day.
Never even crossed our mind.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't worry, I got you, fam. And he got us.
Yep.
So we had a photo opportunity in Animator's Palette, which was really kind of nicely redone a little bit, and had all of the screens had like ink drawn like Marvel logos and stuff like that. And we got to see Gamora and Groot. And that was actually a very, very fun interaction because I got to let Groot know that there are grilled cheese sandwiches on the Disney ships and that the chef does a very good job with them. And then he said, I am Groot, and started walking away, and Gamora stopped him and like, where are you going? He goes, I am Groot. She goes, you don't even know what a chef is.
It was a great interaction.
It was fantastic.
It's always fun to talk to the characters. And when we're in line, we kind of try to figure out what it is we're going to say to them. And you don't have to come up with anything crazy.
Yeah.
You can, one of the nice things to do is introduce yourself. Let them know who you are, because that does give a little bit of a starting point too. Especially if they can respond to you, because some characters don't respond verbally.
Right. Or some characters just say, I am Groot.
Yeah.
Although he did have like 15 different ways of saying I am Groot, but that's what Groot says. I am Groot. This was
a lot of fun. So there were 2 different encounters to sign up for. And these you could sign up for apparently at the 30-day mark, which you can do this for, I think every cruise has a royal gathering, which is where you can sign up to meet all the princesses in one spot. There's no cost to do this. You just have to sign up ahead of time. And I did not know about this. And we don't usually do the royal gathering, so I didn't even think to look for that either.
Yeah.
So thankfully we got this done. There was that one, which was called Heroic Encounters Guardians. And then there was Heroic Encounters HQ. And this one had 3 different characters.
Yes.
We got to talk with Spider-Man, we got to talk with Black Panther, and we got to talk with Iron Man.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was
and they
awesome.
had this in the D Lounge, and they totally covered everything up in the D Lounge. They had banners, or whatever you would call that.
They had fabric walls
along
the
wallpaper.
whole.
Yeah.
It was really nicely done. And we got Spider-Man. We asked him to do a little video and say hello to our daughter, Caitlin, because, Caitlin's like Spider-Man's, biggest fan. And so we got him to do a little selfie video for her. And it was just a lot of fun. It's a chance to nerd out.
Yep. Oh, Sterling got to do the aquadunk for the first time ever.
Oh, that's right.
I have not done the aquadunk, and I don't know that I will ever do the aquadunk.
No.
I do enjoy water slides. I haven't been on a water slide in probably 25 years or so. But I really enjoyed them when I was little.
No, that's not accurate. You and I have been on the water slide on the Treasure.
Water slide?
That's
not a water slide.
Okay, sorry. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive me. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, I stand
because
corrected.
You're on a little raft. You're on a little raft. I'm talking about where it's just you, but on slide.
Got it.
Oh, no,
thank
I
you
have
for
done.
that clarification.
I've done it at Aulani and at Riviera. So yeah. Anyhow, Sterling did the aquadunk, and he really liked it. So
yes,
that's cool.
Yes. Let's see what else is worth noting. There was an evening Marvel show with all the characters.
There were 2 evening Marvel shows. So there was the first one, which was called Mickey and Minnie's Superhero Celebration. And this is Mickey and the gang dressed up to celebrate all of their favorite superheroes and their super moves. This was great. So Mickey was Captain America. Minnie was Ghost Spider. Daisy was Black Widow. Chip and Dale were Thor and Loki. And Goofy was Iron Man.
Now, this was interesting because this was like, I think you said it was opposite first dinner? You went up and took some pictures. I wasn't there. I was probably in the room icing my knee.
Let's see. When was this? Yeah, it was at 6:30.
Yeah. So that's
6-ish. Yeah.
It's weird.
That they
now,
had it.
there wasn't a show in the theater this day.
Yeah.
Because all of the cast were out being friends and hanging out with various Marvel folk.
This may have been the show.
Yeah.
Quote,
this may
unquote,
be the show
whatever you
replacement.
call it. Yeah.
So do you think it happened twice then?
I don't know. I did not take pictures of the Navigator for every day or anything.
Okay.
So the one I went to was obviously at 6:00 because that was when the shows were, and it was really cute. Each character had their own special move for their superhero.
Yeah.
And there was a song that went with it, and they all did it, and it was really cute.
But it's kind of your typical stage show on Disney, like deck show, like the deck stage underneath the funnel vision, dance party kind of thingy dingy.
And Marvel Day at Sea took place of Pirates Night.
Right.
So we did not have a pirate night on this cruise. It was the Marvel Day at Sea.
Now, that also means there was no pirate night menu.
Yeah.
Which, quite frankly, the Marvel Day at Sea dinner menu that happened in all 3 of the dining rooms is
we loved it.
Fantastic. Yeah. This is such an upgrade over Pirate Night. Like, we actively avoid the Pirate Night menu.
We haven't gone in years.
I would actively go to a Marvel Day at Sea dinner. No matter what restaurant I am in. This was a great, great menu. And there's like 6 pages of food.
Yeah.
Like, there's a ton of options.
There are 8 different appetizers to choose from. There were 11 entrees to choose from.
It's insane.
And then there were 6 desserts.
Yeah. There's so much. Like they usually have a very pared down menu so that their kitchen can handle this stuff, and they just go all out. There's tons of stuff. I mean, This was a great menu. Kudos to Disney. And I will say, this, at least in my mind, says, hey, Disney chefs, you can innovate and do really cool stuff with your menus. It's time to start, overhauling and upgrading and changing some of our main dining menus a little more often than once every, 30 years.
I don't know.
The original menus on the original ships are still there in the original 3 restaurants.
They do introduce new things from time to time. This is another thing I'd be really interested in knowing. Like, why haven't they changed? Is it just the nostalgia of it all? Is it because this is what we've done for so long and we know people love this stuff and we'll have, if we do change it, there's going to be a huge outcry. Like, where did my truffle prosciutto go?
Yeah.
Like, what if they do that?
They wouldn't do that.
You don't know if they change the menu.
That's fair. But this is Disney's problem, though, is that they lean in to their fan base with nostalgia, and then they get backed into a corner because people go all up in arms if something changes. Mm-hmm. And yet at the same time, us as the consumer says, hey, I really wish they'd do something different. And then they do something different and they get lambasted for it. So it's just like, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. There's no winning for winner. Disney in this situation.
Yeah. So I understand you want new menus. However, think about it a little more. I also had a rum tasting at Marvel Day at Sea because they had the Wakanda tasting lab. Sorry, it wasn't just rum. They had the Wakanda tasting lab. It had rum, vodka, and gin, and they were all really good.
Yes. This is one of the very few gin drinks that I actually thought was nice. Usually a gin drink for me is like licking a pine tree, and I'm just not interested.
This wasn't like that at all. It was Bayab. I think that's how you say it. Bayab. Bayab gin. It was good.
Yeah. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about the evening closing party, the Marvel deck party, the Marvel Day at Sea. I'm sure it has a name that I am trying to scroll up and figure out of our pictures what it's called because I didn't write it down in our OneNote.
It's Heroes Unite.
There you go. Heroes Unite. This replaces the Pirate Parlay. This replaces the whatever the end of night fireworks show in Pirate Night is. Now don't hear me say that this replaces fireworks. Fireworks are definitely still part of this show, and I don't want to give too much away in terms of spoilers.
I can read the little overview that they give for Heroes Unite.
Okay, hit me up.
Tony Stark invites you to attend the Stark Expo to witness the unveiling of his latest technological wonder. Be a part of the action as the event doesn't go as planned, and the entire ship is thrown into the middle of an explosive battle between good and evil.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The fireworks are integrated into the storyline. Yes. They are part of the plot point. It was fantastic.
It was great.
And this is like a 35 or 40-minute show.
It was very nicely done.
It keeps you captured. It keeps you interested through the whole thing. I thought it was amazing.
There were a couple of special guests, I guess, or like, is that what you would call them? Special appearances?
Yes. Yeah. Some villains that you may know
villains and heroes.
That you may know and love or hate, depending on your point of view. It was
loathe entirely.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, that is a different IP. That's okay.
There is even a special guest appearance, at least on screen, by Stan Lee.
Yes.
Which was pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Which is pretty awesome. Anyhow, we won't go into many more details because we want to make sure that you guys have a chance to see this. But don't sleep on this deck party.
Oh, this was a lot of fun.
This show is
a lot.
Pretty good.
It is Marvel, and there is fighting that happens.
True.
So there is on screen, not on screen. So there is simulated violence and fights.
Yes. But it's like, this is still a PG show. There's
yeah.
It's stage fighting. It's not like, WWE or something like that. And then to close out the evening, when we got back to our room, Evie was on our bed with the towel version of Mjolnir, Thor's
Wielding
hammer.
Mjolnir. Yeah.
It was so good.
Really cute.
It was really cute. Yeah, Marvel Day at Sea. I loved it. Alicia.
Yeah, I did too. I loved it. And there was also specialty drinks throughout the day and some different foods and stuff.
That's right.
just
Like
out on deck.
the deck menu, the deck drink menu, like they have that round menu of everything. They had a special version of that for Marvel Day at Sea.
It looked like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Would you go out of your way to book a Marvel Day at Sea? Now, before you answer that, this cruise for us was a cruise that was booked and then many, many months later became a Marvel Day at Sea. And we were like, oh, well, that's a happy, coincidence. Would you go out of your way to go, oh, that's a Marvel Day at Sea. That's more compelling for me to book it?
Over a cruise that doesn't have Marvel, if it's like the same type of itinerary that we're wanting to do, I really enjoyed this day. It was a lot of fun. We didn't get to really do any of the individual character meet and greets. Like I would have really loved to have met Loki.
Yeah.
And I was wearing a green t-shirt that said Goddess of Mischief on it and got a little finger wag from Thor during the show. But yeah, I would definitely do this again. Oh, and the characters like Mickey, Minnie, and all that, they were out the next day in their costumes. We didn't really do any character meet and greets. We didn't get the photo package on this one.
Which is a shocker. That's usually not like us. But
no, well, we knew it'd be crazy because it was technically a shorter cruise. So we don't like to do photos on shorter cruises because we just don't get them.
Well, the lines are longer on a shorter cruise.
Yeah. Yes, I would do a Marvel cruise again. And I think I would go out of my way to find an itinerary. However, we haven't done a Pixar Day cruise.
No.
We haven't done a Pixar Day at Sea either.
No.
And I would like to do one of those too.
Agreed. So, I like where they're going with these, though. I think it is more immersive than the traditional pirate night.
Yeah.
I hope they learn from what they're putting out and the engagement that they're driving with a Marvel Day at Sea and with the Pixar Day at Sea, and that they take another run at a Star Wars Day at Sea.
Yeah.
Because I think with the kind of stuff that they're doing here, it becomes way more compelling for me to want to try that. And I would actively seek out a Star Wars Day at Sea.
Yeah.
Or a Muppets Day at Sea.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Right?
How would they do that? Yeah. I would love to see. Like,
they're creative. They can figure it out.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed the Day at Sea type thing.
Yeah.
And I realized the newer ships, like the Destiny, kind of has some of this baked in already. I really enjoyed this. I think it would be great if they had like the whole cruise was Marvel based. I realize they probably do not have the staffing available to do that and to keep the beloved characters like Mickey and Minnie going as well.
And the theater shows going.
Yeah, and the theater shows.
Yeah.
But if they could do more than one day during the cruise, it would be helpful.
Yep.
I know it's a lot of work for them to do all this though. What about you? Would you do another?
Yeah, absolutely. I would very much do another one of these. I will talk about it more at the end. I don't know that I would do a Marvel Day at Sea on this itinerary.
Yeah, we'll talk
But
about
if it was a Marvel Day at Sea, I'd definitely be interested. But there's more to that. We'll circle around. We'll circle back.
Let's talk about Cozumel.
Yes. Cozumel, we did something that is relatively rare on Disney Cruise Line. We weren't getting into Cozumel until almost noon or so with the ship. And we had a 1-bedroom suite, which means that we actually had a dining table and 4 chairs in our room. And we could do a hot breakfast in the room.
Room
And
service.
so
Yeah.
we got, it's just like a sit down breakfast, that kind of menu. And we were able to get waffles and French toast and eggs and all the rest. That's like our normal stuff that we'd go and get, but delivered to our room with room service. And that was such a nice touch.
Was this the first time no. Yeah, this is the first time we've done room service on
was
a
the
Disney
first time-
cruise.
Right. Yeah. This is like this was your 21st Disney cruise?
This is my 19th.
Your
Disney
19th.
cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, my 17th. But we won't dwell on that. I'm dwelling on it. Anyhow, this is our first time ever having room service. And it's kind of nice.
It was nice. Yeah, it was good. And having the hot option was great.
Yes.
You can only do that in one bedroom and higher on Disney Cruise Line. There's a separate room service menu in your folio in your room.
It's still a door tag that you hang outside, but it is a non-standard
It's a different one. Yeah. This was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We got into Cozumel around 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Nathan and I went ashore real quick just to check out the shopping area.
Yeah. I was on crutches after my knee replacement and learning from the weekend before that when we were in Sacramento that I am very slow and lots of pain as I'm trying to get around places. So I was on crutches for most of the ship or most of the trip rather than just using my cane and hoofing it. So it is what it is.
And we brought your ice pump too. So that was fun.
Which... an ice pump as a medical device, you put ice and water in there, and it pumps water all through a pad that basically is a nice heat exchanger with your body part that needs to have ice on it. And it was fantastic. And it doubles as an ice bucket for your bottle of Prosecco.
Well, it is a cooler. It's just
it's
modified.
It's a multifunction device.
Yeah.
It's a multifunction device.
That was a thing. Yeah. So... Cozumel. Sterling and I did an excursion for this one. Nathan did not because we canceled it.
I knew it was going to be a problem, and I was like, I will enjoy the concierge lounge and our deck.
So Sterling and I did an excursion where it was going to a chocolate factory, basically.
Yeah.
Well, kind of a chocolate factory, and then going to paint. Oh goodness. How do you say this? Alebrejos?
Alebrejos. Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
So we went to the Mayan Cacao Company.
Wow. Pixar crossover there.
Yeah. And I bought a lot of chocolate. It was really interesting, though, just hearing about the Mayan culture and how important chocolate was, the cocoa beans and all that to them. Like, that was their currency. The cocoa beans were their currency. And there's only specific areas in the Yucatan Peninsula where the cocoa trees could grow at all, actually. Like, just not necessarily the climate, but the soil in certain areas. Like where we were, it could not grow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's only a couple places. And that's, I guess, one of the reasons that the cocoa beans became their currency. It was
because
it was very important to them.
Yeah.
And we got to see how they made chocolate, just like with the mortar and pestle type thing and all that. And then there was a lady who showed us all that. And we got to taste some of it too, right after she ground it down and everything. Very interesting taste, not super sweet, although she did add some honey in there too. But it's just really cool. And gritty too, because you can't make it super smooth.
Right.
So that was really neat. I bought a lot of chocolate. And then we went to go paint Alebrejos. And if you have seen the movie Coco, the Alebrejos are, you might think of them as spirit animals. Literally, yes. They're very colorful, and we got to make our own. So Sterling got Pepita, who is the jaguar, eagle, lion one.
Ooh.
Kind of like that. I got a chihuahua. But it was a lot of fun, just trying to paint our own and do all that.
Very cool.
And it was Carnival that day.
Yes.
So the downtown area totally shut down at like 6 o'clock, I think it was. It was it was interesting getting back to the port, but our driver did an amazing job.
Very cool.
And got us back there. And Sterling and I got back on the ship, and then it left at 7.
Yeah. It was, they knew with Carnival, they're like, look, we're just extending the time. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. I was sitting on our deck on the veranda there. Excuse me, the veranda.
The veranda.
Yes, and enjoying the music and the vibes coming off of the main street as the parade went by. As you guys were trying to get through the parade or over the parade to get back to the ship. So it was fun, and Disney handled that really well.
Yeah. And the next day we are at Progresso, which we have not been to before. We've been to Cozumel. I think last time was March of 2020. But Progresso we have not visited before. And Progresso's more...
It's more urban. It's more commercial. It's less. I'd say Cozumel is more of a resort city and a vacation spot, whereas Progresso is much more of a commercial area. Yeah, I'll stick with that.
Yeah, and the pier where we docked is quite a bit ways away. Like you can't just walk to where everything is.
No,
you have to take transportation in if you want to do anything.
Well, the pier is literally 4 miles long.
Yeah.
So you get on a bus or a van or whatever with your excursion spot. So right when you get off the boat, there is kind of a little
shopping area
with lots of stores and booths and all the rest of that stuff, just like at many, many ports. But if you want to do an excursion on land, then there is required transportation for you to get there. And that is because they didn't want to dredge all of the coral and everything else to get those big ships closer into the mainland. So
yeah. So for this day, we got a private tour van. We just decided to do this. We knew Nathan would not be able to get around as easily.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have somebody help us out with where we wanted to go.
Yep.
We went to some Mayan ruins.
Yeah.
And we did not do Chichen Itza.
Correct.
Which is one of the 7 wonders of the world, because it was like 2 hours away and we knew it would be crazy, crazy packed.
Yes.
We went to Zibel Chultan, I think is how you say it. No, that's not how you say it, but it's close enough.
Yes. Zibel Chultan. It begins with a D. It's pronounced with a C or a Z.
Yeah.
Zibel Chultan.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Okay.
Just know that it's wrong.
But it's close enough.
It's close enough.
We'll put some pictures up.
Yes.
This was really cool.
Yeah.
So going to see Mayan ruins, like that was one of the things that Sterling said. He's like, I want to see Mayan ruins. So, and we went to this one, and the facilities are quite nice. They're still working on getting the museum up and running, but the just indoor facilities for like restrooms and whatnot. Perfect.
It's recently been renovated. We were talking with Hector, who is our tour guide, and he was saying that this had been closed for a couple years, and it's been completely redone and reworked. It's a brand new building, brand new facilities, clean restrooms, and all the rest of that. It's very nice. The museum should be opening hopefully soon. It was fantastic. And the nice thing about this spot over like Chichen Itza or Tulum or some of the other places that you might take an excursion to, like all the rest of those are like an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Progresso. Whereas this is like a half hour, maybe.
Yeah.
It's really close, and it's actually really, really impressive.
Yeah.
And at least for now, you can climb up or down into the Mayan pyramids that are there. So
yeah. Sterling got to go up to the top.
Yeah.
Got a couple pictures of them up there. And then in that same pyramid, there was a tomb area that they got to go down into. There's a couple places that we did not go to because I swear it was like a mile away.
Yeah.
You could see it off in the distance. It looked very, very grand. It was called the Temple of the Dolls because they found dolls in there. Scary.
Nope.
But that looked a little bit too far away. But there's a lot of other structures in the area. It's not just that one pyramid. There's like a whole courtyard area. There's a temple church something that they built and a whole bunch of other things to look at. It's really neat and fascinating.
Yeah. I just looked up the name of the place because I was looking at, I wanted to find out how long or how far away that other kind of pyramid was.
Yeah.
Zibel Chaltun. No, excuse me. Zibel Chaltun. That is
Chaltun. Okay.
Zibel Chaltun.
Okay.
Sure. Anyhow, go there. It's fantastic. Do it.
Did you see how far away the other temple thing was?
I'm measuring right now.
Okay.
Be prepared to walk about half a mile.
Okay.
One way.
Yeah. So fine. Yeah.
To get to this other kind of temple that's off on a pyramid kind of base. So round trip, you're gonna be hoofing it.
And there's no shade.
No.
That's the other thing.
Yeah. And it was hot.
It was hot. Yeah.
It was very hot. It was like in the low 90s. Now it was dry and breezy, so it was comfortable.
Yeah.
But even in February, it was pretty warm here.
Yeah. Then we also went to a natural reserve because we wanted to swim in cenotes.
Yeah.
Not quite the type of cenote I was thinking of, but it was still really cool to go and swim in the areas there.
I think you were imagining kind of the traditional one where it's
It's like a sinkhole.
It's a sinkhole that you have to like climb down towards or take some stairs or something like that, down like 50 feet underground and have a pool there. This is not what that was. This was kind of more at the surface level.
Yeah.
But it was still nice.
It was still nice. There was a little tiny cenote that had fish in it that you could stick your feet in there and the fish would eat all the dead skin off of you. It tickled.
Sterling was like, wow, they really like my feet more than yours, Mom. And I'm thinking like, yeah, because she just had a pedicure.
Yeah.
So Progresso, would you go back?
I don't know. Possibly. Well, I think it depends on what I want to see. Like I said, I would like to swim in like one of the big cenotes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of the big Mayan ruins too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would be through Progresso specifically.
Right. And it almost feels like a lot of those Mayan spots are pretty far inland.
Yeah.
And so you almost like you can do some of these things from a cruise, but it's almost like you want to be staying in like Cancun rather than Cozumel, so you're already on the mainland and do some sort of tour from there and know that you're going to be in a bus for a while or have a private driver or something like that. It's just different. It's just different. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I enjoy Cozumel more than I did Progresso because I think I just like that resort kind of style area more. Yeah. It wasn't bad. I thought the Mayan ruins and everything were cool. I'm like you. I'd love to see some bigger ones. I don't know if I'd want to go see Chichen Itza because it's so crowded with like tens of thousands of people go there.
That's the downfall of it. However, it's huge.
Yep. Anyhow, your mileage may vary.
Indeed.
Let's see. Then we had one more day at sea. On the way back north, we did some shopping for the concierge collection there in Whitecaps. We had Palo Brunch, which was absolutely fantastic.
Delicious.
We did mixology class. That was pretty good. I don't know. Then we had a pack. You enjoyed the foghorns overnight as we were approaching Galveston.
Yeah. Well, it woke me up and I could not fall back asleep.
I'm sorry.
It was like every 3 to 5 minutes they would do the horn. So sometimes just enough for me to start to fall asleep and then I wake up. So I was walking around on deck at 2 a.m. They were power washing the deck in different areas and stuff. So it was a little wet. And I didn't get any side eyes or anything because, I mean, the foghorn was going, so it's obvious what was happening.
Yeah.
But it was really quiet. I think there's maybe one or two other people walking around too.
You got some beautiful pictures.
Yeah, some nice pictures.
Yeah.
I have a very quiet ship.
Yeah. And then I don't want to get in. We talked about our travel debacle last week. So if you're interested in everything that we went through to get home, go listen to last week's episode. And oy vey.
Yeah.
That was a lot. But this was a really good cruise. I'm glad we did this one.
Guest count on this cruise. This was a midwinter break cruise.
So President's Day week.
Yeah, President's Day week. There are a lot of schools throughout the country that have this week off. This was a little more crowded. There were 2,521 guests on board. Around 900 kids.
Right.
How many people does the Magic hold, Nathan?
The Magic has 953 rooms. Why I know that off the top of my head, I can't remember why I walked into a room, but I know the Magic and the Wonder have 953 rooms. So that's 1,800 double occupancy. And then I want to say, add kids and births and all the rest of that stuff. I think it's like 2,750, 2,800 total max.
So is this pretty full?
Yeah, this was a pretty full ship, and 900 kids. There was a lot of kids.
Yes,
there was a lot of kids. Yeah. Especially for folks who, at least more recently, have been sailing some cruises that have been off schedule from school, and so there have been low kid counts. This felt like, there's a lot of kids here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's a Disney cruise.
It is a Disney cruise, right? Don't hear me saying like I wish there weren't kids on board.
Yeah, no, there weren't any. There weren't any bad interactions with kids.
No.
Occasionally on our cruises, we would deal with some, I don't know, just some inconsiderate teenagers.
Well, and some parents who just completely check out and let their kids go nuts.
Yeah.
That's what
Didn't
happened
have anything like that
in
on this
November.
cruise.
But yeah. Anyhow, we have opinions. Before those opinions break us into jail, I think that's it for this episode. So in closing, Alicia, would you do this itinerary again?
If it did not go out of Galveston, yes.
Amen. Look, Galveston's nice. Houston is nice enough. But there's, for us, like I would love to go see like NASA and the Space Center, Johnson Space Center there at some point, but there's not enough else in the area. At least the times that we've been there, we've been to Galveston twice now, and I don't have a need to go back.
No.
It's not compelling to me.
I think for cruises, like if we need to do any shorter cruises, out of San Diego's great.
Yep.
We could do that easily.
Yep.
It'd be nice if we could do Miami easily, but we cannot do Miami or Fort Lauderdale easily. So
yeah. We could do Vancouver fairly easily, but those are expensive.
They're all Alaska cruises and they're crazy expensive.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to figure some stuff out in maybe in a couple years to bolster our scores on our Castaway Club and get us up into Pearl. We're on the precipice.
I'm getting closer.
Hey, technically, I'm getting closer too.
This is true. All right. Well, with that, remember, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are our personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences.
But we are affiliated with fun, snacks, and status on Disney Cruise Line.
There you go. Snobby.
We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have any questions or suggestions or would like to chat with us on our show to share your own Disney experience, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
If you love this episode, please give us a rating and a review in Apple Podcasts or over there on Spotify. That really, really helps other Disney fans find us.
You can follow us at Our Mousecapades on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube. And please share us with your friends and your family.
Thanks for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.